Well, hi again, everyone. This is Tim from Cleveland Baseball Fan 879, and this is game number 30 of the 1972 Stratomatic Super Advanced Roberto Clemente Race to 3,000 Hits project. I am replaying all of Roberto Clemente's games that he had an at-bat in, and today he will be going against the St. Louis Cardinals, and today's pitching matchup is Bob Moose for the Pirates and Scipio Spinks for the Cardinals. We'll roll for our weather effects here. It is a night game in May. So, St. Louis, 1 to 5 good weather, 6 to 15 average, and 16 to 20 is bad. And we have not so great weather here, so a little windy in St. Louis. One to 10 for lefties for ballpark singles. 1 to 4 for righties. Ballpark home runs will be 0 for lefties and 2 for righties. All right, and leading off today's game will be Dave Cash. And against the righty, that's a fly ball to center field on the 2-6. And that's one away for Rennie Stennett, the left fielder. And that is a ballpark single chance. That was a 5. Let's see. Righty 1 to 4. Not on the 9, so we'll say that's a fly ball to left field. 2 away for Roberto Clemente. And a 6-6 is a 1 to 11 single chance. And not on the 16. So it's a bouncer to third, and Joe Torre retires Clemente. 1-2-3 inning. And I'll be right back after I get my little score. All right, and here's Bob Moose finishing his warm tosses. Here's Lou Brock playing left field, leading off for the Cardinals. And against the lefty, that's a fly ball to center field. And Al Oliver retires Lou Brock, 1 away. And here's Ted Sizemore. 5 and a 3. Pitcher chance for Moose. He is a 2. 12 is fine. He is an E13. E13 and a 9. There is no 9, so Moose handles the bouncer up along the third baseline, throws out Sizemore, 2 away. Here's Matty Alou. 3 and a 3. That's a bouncer to first. Willie Stargell throws it to Moose, covering 1-2-3 inning. And we go to the top of the second, with the score being the Cardinals 0 and the Pirates 0. Here's Scipio Spinks to face Willie Stargell, the first baseman. And here's Scipio Spinks to face Stargell. And that's a triple to a 1, double the rest. And that's a leadoff double for Willie Stargell. Stargell had 2 triples that year, so. All right, so first base runner for either team, and here's a Al Oliver. Nothing on the 6. 3 and a 9. We'll bounce her over to first, and Matty Alou takes it to the bag himself. Going to third is Stargell. 1 away. That brings up Richie Hebner. Nothing on the 12. Here's Hebner. 3 and a 6. He draws a walk. So it's now here's Manny Sanguin. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 3. 4 and an 8 against a righty. Struck him out. Big strikeout for Spinks. With first base open, I'd think about walking alley to get to the pitcher, but not with first base being occupied. Nothing on the 8. Ooh, 3 and an 8. And once again, the anti-clutch comes up. There's the Omega sign. I'll hold this up to the camera so you can sort of see it. There's the Omega sign with the single, which means that is a pop-out. We'll say that's to the third baseman, Joe Torre, and that retires the side. And we go to the bottom of the second, still Pirates nothing and the Cardinals nothing. Here's Joe Torre, the third baseman, to lead off the bottom of the second. And a 4 and a 6 struck him out. First strikeout for the evening for Moose. And here's Ted Simmons, Hall of Famer. And that's a base hit into left field. First hit for the Cardinals tonight, and they will not hold Simmons on. He'd be 1-11 if they did. Nope. Here's Bernie Carbo. Three and a 4. Ground ball to second. And that's cash to Alley to Stargell. Inning-ending double play. So after 2 innings, it is the Cardinals nothing and the Pirates nothing. And Moose will lead off the top of the third. And here's the pitch to Moose using pitch rating card number 2. He's a right-handed hitter. And 1 to 7 struck him out. Second strikeout for Spinks. There's Dave Cash. And triple ones is a 1 to 9 single chance. Not on a 19. So line drive to the shortstop. 2 away for Rennie Stennett. And we'll redo that. 5 and an 8 against a righty is a fly ball to right field. And there is Bernie Carbo, another 1-2-3 inning for the Pirates. And we go to the bottom of the third. Pirates nothing, Cardinals nothing. And Moose will face the bottom of the order, starting with Luis Melendez, the center fielder. Two and a 4, ballpark single chance, 1 to 4. Not on the 7s, so that's, we'll say that's a line drive to the first baseman. 1 away. And here's Ed Crosby, the shortstop. 3 and a 7 is a bouncer to first. Sturgill handles that himself, 2 away. And here's Scipio Spinks. Again, using pitch rating card number 2. He's a right-handed hitter. Oops, we'll redo that. Five and a 10. Ballpark single. And once again, 1 to 4. Nothing, not on the 17. So it's a fly ball to center field. And that will retire the side. Third of the way through, still scoreless. And Clemente will lead off the top of the 4th, followed by Sturgill and Oliver. Clemente grounded to third his first time up. Four and a 7. And that's a leadoff walk. And here's a Willie Sturgill. Will not hold Clemente on. Nothing on the 19. Six and a 6. And that's another walk for Scipio Spinks. So back-to-back walks put runners on first and second. They will not hold either runner. Here's Al Oliver. Nothing on the 7. Two and a 4. Single to 1. Line out the rest. Nine out of 15. So line drive to the second baseman. Ted Sizemore, 1 away. Here's a Richie Hebner. Nothing on the 12. Six and a 5 against the lefty shortstop chance. That is Crosby. He's a 4. 4 and a 14. Sorry. 4 and a 14. That will not be a double play. We'll see if he makes an error. He's an E16. Oh boy, 16 and a 16. No error, so they get Sturgill at second, but Hebner beats it out. Going to third is Clemente. Runners on the corners, but there are 2 outs. For Manny Sanguillen, and see if they can actually hit the real clutch rolls on him. We've done this a couple times on the replay. Nothing on the 18. And once again, he comes in the clutch. Let me get some more light on here. We got a 3-6, as you can see there on Spinks' card. And that 3-6 is, if it's the Omega sign followed by an out, it becomes a hit. And Manny Sanguillen has just put the Pirates up 1-0. That is at least the 3rd or 4th clutch hit he's got in this replay. 1-0 Pirates. Here's Gene Alley, who had the anti-clutch the last time. And swung on and missed, struck him out. But the clutch hit by Sanguillen puts the Pirates up 1-0. Going to the bottom of the fourth. And Moose will face Brock, Sizemore, and Alou. Here's Lou Brock. 2 and a 7. That's into center field for a base hit, and that's not what you want to do. All right, so they're going to hold him on. So the Moose is a 0 hold. Sanguine is a -2, so -4. 2 to 5 or 11 to 12. Not on the 10. Wow. So and he will not go on his second rating. Excuse me. So that'd be 1 to 8. Nope. They will hold him on. Here's Ted Sizemore. Nothing on the 12. One and an 8. Popped him up. And the second baseman Cash calls for it and makes the catch 1 away. Here's Medialoo. And nothing on the Havoc roll. And uh-oh, this is trouble. 1 to 4 home run, 5 to 20 is a double. That's a double. Brock being held on makes him a 16. It's assumed to go to center field. No arm or neutral arm for Oliver. Nothing taken, nothing gained. So 1 to 16. Now, hold on, I'm going to look up on how to do the trail runner here. Hold on. All right, so the cutoff rule, only if there's a runner on, well, batter is running speed -5. So 14 -5 is 9. Plus the, okay, and then there's, no, it's 5 will be double. Running speed -5 plus if hit the right field or left field. Nope. So it'd be 1 to 9. So they will not send the trail runner, but they will send, they're going to throw through, but they will not send the trail runner. 1 to 16, the lead runner will score, Brock, and he scores on a 4. So tie game. Here's Joe Torre. Havoc roll. Nothing on the 13. Two and a 9, and this is trouble again. And that's a triple for Joe Torre. Scoring from second is Alou. I'm going to take a quick timeout while there's a mound visit. All right, so runner on third as Sanguine has gone out to talk to Moose. 2 to 1 Cardinals. Infield will be brought in. Nothing on the 20. 5 and a 10 against the lefty. Ballpark single. And 1 to 10 against the lefty. Nothing on the 20. So we'll say that's a fly ball to shallow right field. And Clemente makes the catch, and they will hold the runner at third for Bernie Carbo. Infield back to normal. Nothing on the 14. 3 and a 7. And a 2-out walk goes to Bernie Carbo. And here's Luis Melendez. Nothing on the 6. One and a 7. And the anti-clutch comes for Luis Melendez. It's a pop-up. The shortstop, Alley calls for it, and he will retire the side. Cardinals get 2 runs to combat the 1 in the top half and lead 2-1 going to the 5th inning. And Bob Moose will lead off the top of the 5th, followed by Cash and Stennett. Moose struck out his first time up. And we will redo that. Six and an 8. Bouncer to short. And the shortstop, Ed Crosby, will throw out Moose 1 away. And here's Dave Cash. 4 and an 11. Fly ball to left field. That is Lou Brock. He's a 4. 18, he will be in range. Now he's got to avoid the error. He's an E14. E14 and a 9. That should be okay. There is no 9, so Lou Brock makes the catch. 2 away for Rennie Stennett. Six and a 4 to the shortstop. That's Crosby. He's a 4. 14 will be fine. E16 for Crosby. 13 may not be good. Nope. 14 and 17 are the only ones that are errors. So that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 5th. 2-1. Cardinals. And here's Bob Moose to face Ed Crosby, Scipio Spinks, and Lou Brock. And GGO the lead die wants to run away. And it's a fly ball to right field. Clemente makes the catch, 1 away. And here's Scipio Spinks. 2 and a 7. Struck him out. And here's Lou Brock. And it's a bouncer to the shortstop. 2 hopper, and Alley retires Lou Brock, and that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 6th. Cardinals lead 2-1. Clemente, Stargell, and Oliver do up. Clemente 0 for 1, walk and a ground out. Four and a 9, and Clemente is a walk-in machine today as he draws his 2nd walk of the day. All right, and Clemente will not be held on. Nothing on the 4. And here's Stargell. Doubled and walked in 2 appearances. 3 and a 4. Ballpark single 1 to 10. And that's an 8. That will get through for a hit. Stopping at 2nd is Clemente. And once again, the Pirates trying to put up a crooked number. Here's Al Oliver. Nothing on the 13. that will not count. Six and a 6 against the lefty. And that will load the bases, ball 4. And in the top of the 6th, the Cardinals will bring the infield in. Here's Richie Hebner. Balk or pass ball chance. That's a pass ball chance for Simmons. He is a PB4. Not on an 8. So good stop by Simmons. And here's Richie Hebner. 1 and an 8. Popped him up. Infield fly rule called. 1 away. As the first baseman, Matty Alou, puts it away. Big out. Infield will remain in. Here's Manny Sanguillen. Nothing on the 20. Three and a 4. And ground ball to third. That will likely be home. And that's it. Lead runner is out. So that's a ground ball to third. They throw home to get Clemente. Torrey does. And everybody else moves up 90 feet on the fielder's choice. Infield will go back to normal. And here's Gene Alley. Nothing on the 14. And here's the pitch to Alley. 6 and a 6. 1 to 11 single chance. And nothing on the 14. So ground ball to third. And another threat is killed by the Cardinals. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 2 to 1 Cardinals lead. And Sizemore, Alou, and Torrey do up for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 6th. And here is Ted Sizemore, 0 for 2, grounded out and popped out. And that's a 50-50 double chance. And on the right side of that is Ted Sizemore, leadoff double for Sizemore. And they will not hold him on. Here's Matty Alou. Nothing on the 12. And against the lefty, that's a 6 and a 6 is a fly ball to center field. Oliver tracks it down. 1 away for Joe Torrey, who tripled his last time up. Nothing on the 6. Swung on and missed. Struck him out. He is not tired. And here's Ted Simmons. Nothing on the 12. Three and a 2. Ground ball to Richie Hebner. He throws to first to get Simmons, and that will retire the side. Leadoff double does no damage, and we go to the 7th. Cardinals 2, Pirates 1. At this point, do you pull? I think you got to leave Moose in, at least for this time through the order. All right, so this is also Spinks' point of weakness. He has faced 26 batters through 6 innings, and this could be kind of his last try. He is due up 4th in the 7th. So here's a pitch to Moose. 3 and a 7's a ground ball to the second baseman, and Ted Sizemore retires Moose 1 away. Here's Dave Cash. 4 and a 7. That's a 1-out walk. And let's see here. Joe Grisenda is loosening in the bullpen. And here's Rennie Stennett. Nothing on the 11. Two and a 5. Base hit into left field. Cash not being held on. Should have been. Makes him 17, 2 outs, or sorry, with 1 out. So hit the left field is -2. So that makes him a 15. Brock is a +1. Let's see, 16, 17. Not being held on. 18. They will send him to 30. They will not make a throw to keep Stennett at second, or at first. So runners on the corners with 1 down. They will bring the infield in for Roberto Clemente. Nothing on the 17. Actually, they will play back. They'll play back, not in. 6 and a 7. That's a chopper to second. Sizemore is a 3. And an 8. And the decision to play back just might have saved the, well, they doesn't save them, would have saved them a hit. Because we were not holding on Stennett. It keeps them at a 3. 8's a G3 with the pound, but because they're not playing in, that's a G3. And Sizemore 21 and a 10. There should not be a 10. There is not. But that ground ball just tied the game at 2. So Clemente has not gotten a hit today, but he has scored a run and driven in a run. Here's Willie Stargell. Nothing on the 3. And swung on and missed, struck him out, and that will retire the side. But the Pirates tie the game at 2. Stretch time here in St. Louis. Go get your Budweisers or your Bud Lights or whatever other beer you'd like. Moose will face Carbo, Melendez, and Crosby here, and if Spinks does come up, they will pinch hit for him. All right, so depending on who's, let's see here, lefty, lefty, righty. Yeah, Grisenda will come in probably to get the first 2 batters if needed. All right, here's Carbo. 0 for 1 with a walk. 2 and an 11. Ballpark blast, but the windy night is keeping the ball in the yard for lefties, so it's a fly ball to right field, 1 away. Here's Luis Melendez. Three and a 10. Popped up into foul territory, third base side. Richie Hebner squeezes it 2 away for Ed Crosby. One and a 3. Ballpark single chance. Lefty 1-10. And Ed Crosby has himself a 2-out single. And yeah, he was 1 point away, so they will pull. Let's see here. And we will go with. I just want to save him for later. But maybe not. No, he's terrible against. They barely faced right-handers. All right, we will go with Jose Cruz to pinch hit for Scipio Spinks here. And Garzenda is loosening the bullpen to face the lefties coming up in Oliver and Hebner. All right, so here's Jose Cruz. Not holding on. Ed Crosby is Moose. Havoc roll, nothing on the 16. Three and a 9. Fly ball to right field. And Clemente tracks it down. And that will retire the side. We go to the top of the 8th. And here comes Garzenda to face at least the first 2. He only pitched 35 innings, so we're going to try to keep him to be like a lefty-lefty matchup person. So he'll at least face the first 2. Let's see here. Mo Drabowski will probably come in to face the right-handers. That, or we're going to use Tony Cloninger. So here's Garzenda to face Oliver. 0 for 2 with a walk. 6 and a 10. Third base chance for Torrey. He's a 4. 3 will not get it. Torrey is an E15. Oh boy, E15 and a 16. Oh, let's see, single and a 2-base error. Does that mean he automatically goes to third? 4 and a 3. Single, 2 stars. E1. Single and an error, batter to second. So goes off of Torrey, and wait a minute, 2-base error. All right, 4 and a 3, single, 2 stars, 2-base error. Because, all right, I'll pull this up. So 15, there's third base. 15, 16 is in the E2 column. Batter to third. So he throws it in the dugout. And to third goes Oliver. Infield will be brought in with a tie game. Here's Richie Hebner. Nothing on the 3. 6 and a 4. Catcher chance. Simmons is a 3. 3 and a 9. That will be either a pass ball or a foul out if he doesn't make an error. Simmons is an E6. 8, that should not be a problem. No. So You go against the wild pitch rating. If this is an 18 to 20, it's a foul out. A 1 to 17, it's a wild pitch. And that's a wild pitch. Actually, it's a pass ball. Scoring the go-ahead run is Oliver, and the at-bat continues. I will not roll another havoc roll. 2 and an 8. And this ball is lifted to right field, and kaboom! That ball is out of here. 2-8, you had to roll the D20 against the righty, but against the lefty, it's a clean as a whistle home run. And Grisenda just did not have it. And we'll go, since it's now 4 to 2, we will go with Tony Cloninger. Did anybody get any innings on this team or no? Actually, we'll go with Drabowski. Here's Manny Sanguian. Three and a 6, and not in a clutch situation, so this will just be a normal fly out to center field, one away. Here's Gene Alley, and Moose will likely be pinch hit for. 5 and a 2. 1 to 2 is a home run chance, which actually is better than what he would be in advanced. Yeah, 1 to 2. And not on an 11, so it's a fly ball to left field. 2 away. And, well, I don't think we're going to give up on Moose just yet. 7 innings pitched. He's only pitched to 27 batters, so I think we'll let him at least try to start the 8th inning. 5 and a 10 against a righty. That's to the third baseman, Torrey, who's gaff. And this will get through for another hit. 4 and a 5 is a single. Let's see if Torrey compounds it again. We'll re-roll. Seven and a 10 now. Usually that's fine. 15 and a 10. No. So Moose with a 2-out single. Goes back to the top of the order for Dave Cash. He's 0 for 3 with a walk. Nothing on the 10. Moose runs out of 14, so he is not slow. 5 and a 3. Pitcher chance. Oh boy, not good for Drabowski. He's a 5. 5 and a 10. That will be okay. Now he's got to avoid an E51, which basically is everything but if he rolls a 3, a 4, a 5 would not be such a rare play. A 6 or 17 or 18, he will be fine. So he's got the highest error rating for a pitcher. And a 12, and that's a 1-base error for Drabowski. He bobbles it. And that puts runners on first and second for Rennie Stennett. Havoc roll, nothing on the 3. 6 and an 8 against a righty. And that's down the third base line. In to score from second is Moose. On the third goes Cash, was not holding him on, makes him a 17. 2 outs, makes him a 19. That's the left field. Brock's up. They're going to send him. He will not throw through. I mean, they're not going to send the trail runner. They're going to send him anyway. 1-20 or 1-19, he's safe. And he just gets in on the 18. They won't send they're not sending the trail runner. 2-run double for Rennie Stennett. And that may have just put the game out of reach. And they will, let's see, do we have a left righty coming up with Clemente? Let's see here. They will stick with Drabowski. This might be his last batter either way. Nothing on the Havoc roll. One and a 9. 1-2 home run chance. And nothing on the... So it's a fly ball to left field. And that will retire the side. So Clemente 0 for 3 with 2 walks. That'll likely be his last at bat for the game. Barring... But a 4-run inning. Many of the runs unearned. And Moose will come out for the 8th. And Tony Cloninger will likely come out to pitch the top of the 9th. All right, here's a Lou Brock. Bob Miller is loosening in the bullpen just in case. 5 and a 4. Third base chance for Hebner. He's a 3 range. 3 and a 19 will be fine. Hebner is an E12. E12 and an 8. That should be okay. And it is. So Brock is retired. First out here in the bottom of the 8th. There's Ted Sizemore. 5 and a 10. Ballpark single, 1-4. That's a 5. Nice diving stop there. And shows the glove. And that we'll call that a, let's see here, 5 and a 10. Nice diving catch by the center fielder, Oliver. 2 down. Here's Matty Alou. 3 and an 8. Ground ball to Stargell. Takes to the bag himself. And we go to the 9th. And we'll bring in Tony Cloninger just to mop up here. Okay, third reliever for the Cardinals. And Stargell is 2 for 3 with a single, double, and a walk. And that's a 1-13 single chance. Not on a 20. So ground ball to second baseman Sizemore. 1 away. Here's Al Oliver. Singled and went to third on a Joe Torre error to get the party started in the 8th inning. Oliver 4 and a 10. A third base chance for Torrey. 4 and a 10 will be fine. And 11 on a 16. 15. 15. There is no 11. So Torrey retires. Oliver 2 away. Here's Richie Hebner. And line drive right to the second baseman, Sizemore, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the ninth. 6-2, Pirates lead. They're going to probably allow Moose a little bit of rope. But now we're going to have Dave Justy loosening in the bullpen. If he allows a runner or two. If not, then Moose will complete the game. Torrey, 1 for 3 with a triple and 2 strikeouts. Triple fives, ballpark single chance, 1-4. Nice. D20 not being kind to the Cardinals. That's we'll say a fly ball to center field, and making the nice running catches Oliver 1 away, excuse me, for Ted Simmons. 1 and a 6. And that's a ground ball to first. Sturgill steps on the base himself, 2 away. And they're going to say they're going to pinch hit for Bernie Carbo. Maybe. Nah, they'll let Carbo hit. 2 and a 7. Good decision. Base hit for Bernie Carbo. And now they're going to, let's see here. Melendez was a 230 hitter. And their bench is not very good. 208, 221, 136, 191, and like Dwayne Anderson's your best. And they don't have anybody to replace Melendez. So Melendez will hit. Nothing on the 11. 3 and a 7. Weak ground ball to second. They'll just go the short way. And that's your ball game. Final score from Busch Stadium, 6-2. The Pirates are winners. Be right back right after this. All right, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Pirates. 2 runs, 7 hits, 2 errors for the Cardinals. Moose goes the distance, gets the win, and Scipio Spinks will... Actually, no, hold on. Let's see who was responsible when the third one was scored. Actually, that will be Joe Grisenda will get the loss for this one. All right, I don't know if the next game will be against the Cardinals or against the new team, but... yeah, we will. You'll know when I post the next video. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Please leave a like. It helps the video to be seen. Please leave any comments you'd like. If you've not already subscribed, please click the subscribe button and enable all notifications so you know when the next video is coming out. And whatever game you're playing, please enjoy it to your fullest. Have a good night, everybody.